Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Crouch Ranch. It is officially that time again. I haven't done a live stream in a little while, so I thought I would do one. So here we go. We thought we'd give it a shot here today. Let's see, where's my chat thing on here? Alrighty. That's all I need to know. So hello, hello. This is truly live. I'm here right now. Yes, Corey, we are really live. Hi, Sinister. Hi, Backwoods. So I thought I'd take a minute and just go over industrial veganism with you guys real quick because I've had a lot of comments this week. Hi, Jennifer. Yay, I'm glad you can too. It says upcoming events. I have no idea why it says that. Still learning. Not tech savvy. Party of one. Anyway, I thought I would take a minute. There's been a lot of comments this week from people who are very much anti-meat eaters. They are very, I would assume they are vegans. They're very much anti-raising meat or eating meat or any of that. So this is sort of my generalized response to that. Here's the deal. I like to know where my meat comes from, how it was raised. We kind of touched on that briefly before when we talked about the last live stream I did about how I like to name my animals and make sure they have good lives and all of that. I this year decided I was going to get as healthy as I could. This was the year I was going to get in the best shape and have the healthiest. Thank you, Mark. I'm one tough girl. I like that. So bear with me if I don't catch all your comments here. So I decided to kick up my running a few notches. I decided to cut out dairy from my diet. When we first moved here and started this project, we were eating a lot of pork, a lot of meat, more than we had in a long time. And when I went in for my blood work, for my regular checkup, my cholesterol was a little bit higher than I liked. And there were some other markers that I wasn't super crazy about that were not bad, not in the bad range or anything yet, but just definitely a little more elevated than I wanted. And I thought, okay, so I started doing some research. In addition to the research I had done before we even made the decision to start raising our own meat. Industrial farms, basically, they're feeding animals corn and soy that are grown with under the GMO process. They're all GMO, corn, soy. They're feeding them this stuff, and that chemicals and all of that crap is getting to you. Forget all of the, the antibiotics and the conditions that they live under, which are horrible, the way that they raise these animals, which are also bad for the environment. As humans, we don't need that much meat. Yes, it tastes good. Yes, you can cook it a lot of different ways. But we don't need that much animal protein in our bodies for us to survive. We don't. We have a lot of other options. We can get protein from vegetables, beans, all kinds of other foods that are available to us, okay? So it's not mandatory that you eat meat, okay? But we like it. I like it. I'm the first one to raise my hand and say I like eating meat. I just don't like to eat a lot of it. The meat that I do choose to eat, I want to make sure that I know it was raised well, what it was fed, and that it had a quick, humane death. That's important to me. I obviously raise more meat than just for my family. I like making the overall footprint a little bit smaller. So, us having this small little thing we have going on here, it definitely enables us to be able to take the time to do the things that we want to do, raise them correctly, do it small. And if I'm eliminating a little bit of that need for somebody to go to the grocery store and get a few chickens, instead they get them from me, then I've done my work as a good steward in helping educate that individual about the differences in the quality of the meat, the quality of the life of the animal, and the fact that they don't need that much meat in their diet. I know it sounds counterintuitive for me to say that as somebody who raises these animals, but it's true. So this year I definitely cut down on my meat, only eating meat that I either know where it came from or who raised it. Usually it's ours unless I traded for something. Thank you, Backwoods. He says, you all hit that like button. All veggie lives matter. I know, Corey, they do. They do. But I also cut out dairy. Gasp, I know. And I loved cheese. I would be the first one to say cheese, ice cream, all the stuff, all of that stuff. I loved it. Huge fan. But I found that it was weighing me down. And I noticed that when I cut it out, I immediately had more energy. I felt better. And I immediately dropped 5 pounds just from cutting that out of my diet. And I wasn't even eating that much of it at the time. Immediately dropped 5 pounds. Like, immediately. And I wasn't even trying to. And vegan cheese I found is actually really yummy and I love it. And it's really good. So that being said, that is why I've chosen to make those decisions. Now, as far as Mike and Frankie go, they follow it a lot, but not as strictly as I do. If we go out to eat, I will still choose a restaurant that's going to have a lot of healthy options, that's farm to table, that's locally grown and raised. And chances are my kid is going to want to get chicken tenders or a burger. But again, at least I know it was grass-fed, locally raised. Mike's the same way. He'll like, if we go to a nice restaurant, he wants to get a steak, you know, that's cool. And I might have a bite of it. And I love steak, but I don't really eat it anymore. So, you know, it's one of those things where you make your sacrifices where you choose to. And I feel like, at least for me, I know that environmentally and health-wise, I've made choices that work for me. I'm not here to impose those on anybody else. They don't work for everybody else. This is America, right? Last time I checked, it's still America. We can still sort of do what we want when it comes to our own life, health, well-being, when it comes to that sort of thing, our choices on how we do that. I've made sure that I have educated Frankie on the impact on the environment of industrial farming and all of that, but there's times where she just doesn't care and she wants to get a Frosty from Wendy's, and well, she got straight A's on her last, 10 tests, and so, okay, you can get a Frosty. I'm not like crazy, no about everything. You gotta give and take a little bit, but for the majority, try to make sure everybody's eating healthy, right? Make sure everybody's doing the right thing, making good, healthy choices. So I know Black Angus lives do matter, Sinister. Oh, good. Thank you, James. James says the video sounds great. Yes, I know. And I do, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm out there butchering my own chickens. I am not a, granola eating tree hugger. I'm not, that's not me, clearly. We have video to prove it, that I'm out there doing stuff to the chickens and out there helping with butchering the hogs and all that stuff. So I am not faint of heart. This is not a decision that I made based on like, I can't bear to see an animal expire. No, that's not, I don't get the vapors and have to go sit down and loosen my corset. No, I'm very much hands-on with all this stuff. This was purely a health and environment decision that we made. And honestly, I've got to say, at 36 tomorrow, I am honestly the healthiest I have ever been in my entire life. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. I feel great. I have more energy. This morning, I ran my fastest time for my 3-mile run. I did 7 minutes and 11 seconds per mile, and I have short little legs, so that says a lot. So I just think that there is something to it. But food for thought, do your own research. I watched a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of articles. The China study is a great one to read about cancer, your body, processing animal proteins and animal products. And the discoveries about, adding a 5% difference in your diet and how that changed everything. So it's interesting. Thank you. I know. Thank you. Yes, 36. I will be 36 tomorrow. So, and that's the funny thing too, is I laugh at these comments about, how Mike is got this trophy wife how did he get her and all this. This is not now our joke. When he says something I don't like, I go, well, I am just the trophy wife and you're just the dirty, dumb redneck who doesn't know anything. we're not that far apart in age, he and I, you know. So it's all that, healthy living, you guys, that keeps you young. So there you go. But anyway, so that I just wanted to hop on today and kind of give that little burst out about, so that's what I refer to myself as, is an industrial vegan. I don't know if I coined the phrase or not. I never saw it anywhere else, but in explaining it to somebody one day, that's what I came up with. And, so there it is. Thank you, Big. He says my short little legs are hot. Thank you, guys. Have I heard of MG Toe? Hold on, it's cutting off my thing here. I've not heard of that, unless that's a typo. I have not heard of that. I would have to Google that one. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, so there you have it. All right, guys, so there's my take on industrial veganism and what that means. Mystery solved. Thank you, Romero. I'm glad you love the channel. The cats are doing great, by the way, Timothy. Thank you for asking. Yes, they are doing great. They are now letting me go in there and pet them. I'm still careful. I don't pick them up because, like I said, I am very susceptible to cat scratch fever. And if I do get scratched by one of these cats and I get sick, Mike is very likely going to be really mad at me. He'll say, like, I'm going to go kill the cats and I'll go get rid of the cats. He won't because, like, I'll cry. But, but he'll threaten it and then he'll be, like, really mad at me that I got sick. And he'll be like, I told you that you couldn't do, I'm trying really hard not to cuss right now, too, and I'm doing a really good job. So, kudos to me. So anyway, guys, there you have it. Exactly. Oh, men going their own way. No, I have not heard of that. I'm not sure what that is. I know. Cat scratch fever is not just a song there, Son of Thunder. It is also a real life thing, and I have gotten it twice very severely to the point where the doctor said, if you don't come in right now, you need to just go straight to the ER because they're going to, you're going to die. And I was like, oh, it's like a real thing. I thought it was just a song, but I know. I know. Seriously. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell for notifications. Like the video. Feel free to comment afterwards when you guys watch this if you have more questions. I love talking about, industrial veganism and why we do what we do here. So that is one of our main focuses. And hopefully, I'm going to see if maybe Mike and I can go live on Saturday for a little bit together and maybe do some questions and answers and something that day. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. Peace. Now this is the fun part where I get to find the button and then wait for it. It didn't go. I didn't hit it.